This story demonstrates the amazing effect of speed on objects that normally seem innocent. The case under consideration describes how, during an automobile rally between Leningrad and TiflIis in 1924, cars were bombarded by peasants with watermelons, melons, and apples as a welcoming gesture. These seemingly peaceful fruits took on destructive qualities when they collided with fast-moving automobiles. The speeds of the cars and the thrown fruit added up, turning even a soft object like a watermelon into a potentially dangerous projectile capable of causing serious damage to both the car and its passengers. Indeed, if we consider the physics of this phenomenon, we can see that the energy of, for example, a watermelon thrown into a car moving at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour can be comparable to the energy of a bullet. However, due to differences in density and hardness of materials, the watermelon cannot penetrate surfaces the way a bullet does. It is also interesting to consider how this phenomenon might play out in the future, given the development of supersonic aviation. At speeds of 3,000 kilometers per hour, even small objects encountered in the path of an aircraft can become dangerous obstacles capable of causing serious damage. Thus, a collision with small objects or even bullets thrown from another airplane can have catastrophic consequences due to the high relative velocity of the collision. This example further emphasizes how much speed and motion affect the physical properties and effects of objects. Heroic maneuver on the railroad. In the year 1935, a real drama played out on the railroad tracks of the Southern Road. Two trains traveling along the same route suddenly found themselves on the verge of collision. However, thanks to the skill and ingenuity of machinist Borshev, the disaster was averted. The experienced driver took advantage of the laws of physics, according to which bodies moving at the same speed in the same direction can come into contact practically without impact. Having stopped his train and noticing that 36 cars had begun to roll backwards, Borshev made a quick decision. He carefully began to move his train backward, gaining the same speed as the rolling cars. This brave maneuver allowed him to avoid a collision and take the cars back, preventing a possible tragedy. But the laws of motion didn't just save lives on the railroad tracks. They also served as inspiration for inventors who sought to make writing on the train more convenient. Who would have thought that the inconvenience of trying to write on a train could be overcome by a clever device? Inventors developed a device that synchronized the movements of the writer's hand and paper, taking into account the jolts and vibrations of the train. Thanks to this device, the pen and paper were in a state of relative rest, which greatly facilitated the writing process. Thus, by applying the principles of physics, writing on a moving train became as easy and convenient as writing in a stationary carriage.